Well, hey, good morning, you sexy mamma jammas. Welcome back to the channel. Today is now Wednesday, November 12th. I just realized I haven't even spoke to y'all this morning. I'm sorry. We got up, had breakfast, got a text confirmation for the rescheduled appointment for tomorrow, 7 a.m. That's worked out lovely. Mathematically, there's time to where I can get to the place tonight. And I haven't Googled yet. I'm going to stop up here and get fuel because I was going to get fuel back here at the Tiger, but I just want to save money. So I think I got enough to get all the way to Gulfport. And the Flying J there is actually 282, which is just a good 30 cents cheaper than back there. Or even the Loves, which is where I initially wanted to go to, was the Loves, but the Flying J ends up being cheaper. So we're gonna go all the way. I think we got enough to get there. We'll find out. If we don't, we don't. If we do, we do. But I hope we do anyway. So we're gonna stop there. But and when I stop there, I'll Google it and I'll see if Publix does have overnight parking spot for it. Because I know a lot of places that I've been, like this type of place, not Publix specifically. I've been there one time, so I don't remember, but HEB has a staging area, parking area. That Teeter place, Peter Teeter, Herbert Teeter, I don't remember the name specifically, but they have like a parking staging area. So I'm hoping, and I'm trying to remember too, I think Harris Teeter, that's the name of it. I think, if I remember right, when I pulled into that Publix that one time I've been there, is once you pull in, it splits off to the left and the right, and you go to the right to check in. And I want to think that the left over there had some parking, but then again, I don't know. I'm going to Google. I'm going to look at the Google reviews and confirm that, or look at the place closely to see if that's true or not. And if so, I'll just park on site, which would be 730, like 40 miles for the day. So, like I said, mathematically, it could happen. It's a full 10 hours and 47-minute drive. That's maintaining the speed limits of trucker path, but I usually go 2 or 3 miles over, 72, 73, if it's 65, 67, 68. That's kind of my pace. But we'll see. But anyway, let's see how this day turns out. Hopefully there's no problems along the way. And let's get to getting. Thanks for being here, y'all.
Crack a monster, greet the sun. Big blues humming, ready to run.
Well, we made it to Gulfport, Mississippi. We got fuel. I noticed on pre-trip this morning, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I've noticed my driver's side steer tire. You know, the ones that I got 88,000 miles ago back in March, because I had to replace the originals at 100,000 miles because they were worn on that side. Passenger side, or driver's side, I've been noticing the inside track has been wearing down more than the other ones. But this morning, I noticed the whole outside edge on one section of the tire, it's just down. You know that little lip that goes around the edge? It was wore down below that ridge. You can't even tell there was a ridge there, outside of the ridge leading into it. I can't drive it like that. I got to get these tires changed. So I'm gonna try the Yoko 617s, Yokohamas. So yeah, I've got what do I got? I got I gotta take that off. Sorry, I was initially going to Flying J, right? But then I remembered this Love's here, so I know the Love's has Speedco, so that's where I'm at, Speedco. And we are still 604 miles away from the Publix. I have to get these tires on. This is a bad time for this to do it. 8 hours and 45 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this done. And I'm going to drive the whole way, because if I get on site tonight, 8 hours and 45 minutes, and I have 8 hours and 53 minutes left on my drive clock. We can make it. 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 So, however long it is here, whatever, it is what it is. It's 12:50 right now. So, I got to get on site tonight, because when I'm on site, even though I get up before my tent is up, I can PC on site. Speaking of which, let me just see something here real quick. $2,600 county line, Google, 2,600 county line road, Lakeland, Florida. It is the Publix dry warehouse. Reviews, 3-star. Didn't know this upon arrival, but drivers are allowed to arrive within 12 hours of scheduled appointment. However, once empty, you must leave. Okay, so that's something. Super slow. Yeah, I know that. I remember that. Had appointment at 5 p.m. Checked in a few hours earlier at the second gate. First gate will check in cars and home trucks. OTR, follow blue line. Yeah. You got door assignment. Receiving clerk will check in. BOL 345. Smooth process. Paid lumber by CC and was out by 6 p.m. Well, good for you.
Hey, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
I hate to break this to you, but we can't have him in the truck.
I can't wait here while you do. Okay. All right. It is what it is. All right, man. No worries. I gotta get out of the truck while he does his work. All right, we just reconnected to the trailer. It is now 2:45. To Yokohama steer tires, and replace the factory work for those 2 shocks. 3 hours? Yeah, so Trucker Pass says Trucker Pass says it's going to take 8 hours and 45 minutes to get there, 603 miles. And my clock says I have 8 hours and 53 minutes to do it. So, what's the smartest thing to do here? I've been off duty. I've been off duty for off. 2 hours and 5, 2 hours and 6, 2 hours and 36 minutes. All right, so I'm going to do another 25 minutes, get a 3-hour split in, so I can push my shift clock back. Because right now they're about to meet up. Well, actually, they're meeting up right now. So if I wait about another 30 minutes, those hours will push back. I get a 3-hour break in, and then I have to do another 7 later. But I'll have to do a 30 before I get there at some point. Yeah, we'll leave out here in about 20 minutes, and then we should be down there on site around midnight, 1 o'clock. Matter of fact, let me go back. I was interrupted when I was trying to look at this place on Google Maps. It was shit. Google Publix dry warehouse, County Road. Website, no. Reviews, yeah. Did they say anything about had an appointment at 5, checked in. Super slow appointment at 2000, checked in at 1900. Didn't get done until the next morning at 5 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Some are saying great, some are saying good. You know, it's just mixed, of course. But I want to see. Alright, so let me just copy that. Go into Mops. Motherfucker, do as I say. Copy. I'll do that. Yep. I want a satellite view. Yep. Alright, so that's that. We come in from. Oh yeah, we gotta go to the right. Oh, there is no parking. Okay, what I remember as parking is employee parking. Okay, because I remember this layout. You gotta go all the way around. Oof. I'm gonna go check in. I'm gonna get there tonight and just check in. See what happens. Worst they can do is tell me I can't stay, and then I will do a PC from there to wherever I park, and then PC back in the morning, because that you can do. All right, well, let's get this little part of the split done, so we can head on down the way. Okay, my split clock just activated. So that just because you know earlier I was talking about 8:53 was my shift and my drive clock caught up to each other. Now my shift has 11 and a half hours, 11:31. So all that 3 hours just came back on me. So I still have 8 hours and 53 minutes to drive. My shift is now 11:31, and I have it go. There we go. Showing traffic along the way, so it says I'm only at 8:50 to get there, but whatever. Let's get to getting. We got to get to Lakeland. All right, so new shocks on the front, new Yokohama tires on the front. Let's just see how she rides. When we get up to speed, we'll be able to tell if there's any difference in performance or comfortability. I can't tell whether it runs better or worse. I don't know. I mean, it feels like I'm driving a truck at 72 mile an hour is what it feels like. Whatever. So I got a buddy. When I get upset or when I'm being an asshole and I need to vent, I call him because he's just dumb old redneck like me. He gets it. So when I got to yell and cuss and fuss and muss about something, I told him, I said, you were in line today because you're the only one I knew that was available that could handle my shit. So, I'll tell you the process of what happened back here at Love's. And I got to the point to where I wasn't a very nice person. I wasn't what I like to be. I got a problem with stupid, and what's my motto? KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So, I walk in and say, hey, I need a couple steer tires. Let's talk about the Goodyears, crap. I'm not doing that shit again, but let's talk about the Yokos. I hear a lot about the Yoko, in particular the RY617. I believe that's the model. I may be misquoting, but that's the model that I looked it up. I got the right model. Where I'm saying the right model, not a different story. Now this is actually an all-around tire. Go all 10 tires or anywhere. So I was like, what's your opinion on those? She went, well, we sell a lot of them. I'm like, well, is it you sell a lot of them because they're cheaper than most, or you sell a lot of them because they're good? My question was, how many people rebuy those same damn tires, and how often do they rebuy them? She couldn't answer that question. So I was like, whatever. It's just me and a couple. I started to say, well, let's look at Michelin's. And then I was like, you know what? No, forget that. Let's just go ahead and go with the Yokos, because I know me and a couple other people have been interested in learning about them. We hear good things, but depending on who you talk to, it's who you hear good, you hear bad, right? So, I thought, let's just stick with the Yokos, and I'll be the guinea pig. Just hopefully it doesn't kill me for being the guinea pig. She said, okay. So I said, I want to use Mercer's discount, but the payment's going to come from my maintenance company, SFI. She said, okay. So I gave her the maintenance, the Mercer national account number. because through Mercer they're $414 per tire. So it's like, okay, well, the way it works, when this comes up, I got to send it to Mercer. They approve it, and then we get to work. I'm like, well, I mean, you ain't got to really get approval from them, right? Because I mean, I'm paying for it. So I call Mercer, and then I learned that you cannot use Mercer's discount program unless you go through their payment structure, unless the payment comes from Mercer. So in other words, the way I understand it is I have to go through the loan assistance program in order to be able to take advantage of a Mercer discount on those tires, which are $414 a piece. Well, Mercer says they were $404 a piece, but they said it was $414 a piece. Even the form I looked at, the list of tires and prices says it should be $404, but again, Love says it's $414. Anyhow, I learned that I was upset, and I was like, I kept talking to her. I don't understand how the hell I'm under DOT Mercer, and I'm trying to use a discount, but I'm paying for it myself out of my maintenance account. Why can't I take advantage of the damn discounts? You kept repeating yourself over and over. It's a contract. It's a contract. We have a contract. I'm like, lady, you keep repeating yourself, and it's not making no damn sense. I work for Mercer. Why can't I get a fucking discount, and I pay for it? She just kept saying we have a contract. It makes Tyler, and I hope you're watching this one, please send me an email. Why can't it be simpler? I'm sure there's a reason for it. I just don't know the reason, and when I don't know the reason, it aggravates the piss out of me. So I just said to the lady after she repeated herself for the 15th time, I was like, have a good day, thank you, and hung up. That's all I said, just like that. I didn't ask any more questions because it just wasn't going to do anything. So I don't understand the reason why. I mean, y'all probably know. Somebody knows, and you're going to and you're going to say this is why. And okay, then I'll know. But it's still ain't going to make sense. Keep it simple, stupid. I work for you. Let me have advantage of your thing without having to go through your loan assistance program to help me buy stuff. I don't need a loan. I have the money to pay for it. Let me pay for it, but get my discount. But that can't happen, or that couldn't happen. So I had to go ahead and go through SFI. And use Schneider's discount, because SFI, of course, you know, is the owners of my truck currently. So using Schneider's discount, which wound up being $200 more per tire, or no, not per, $200 more total. Under the Mercer discount, it was like $414 a unit. It's like after everything was like $1,100 and change. But under the Schneider discount, which makes no sense, you know, national fucking company, bigger company with a lower discount, whatever. My total after with the Schneider discount was like $1,450 and change. So I was like, okay. And then I go to the lady who checks me in at Love's speaker. I'm like, hey, we got to switch this up because I can't use the Mercer discount without going through their program, and I don't need to go through their program because I got the money to pay for this. Now, I mean, if I was going to pay for this out of my current earnings, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I got a maintenance account specifically for shit like this. There's a maintenance account for a reason. So I'm not wanting to spend money out of my statements, out of my settlements, or my reserve. That reserve is over there. Now I'm saving that reserve for when it comes to titles in March or April or somewhere in that window. For the tags, I'm saving my. I got 5% of my net going into a reserve account at Mercer, and I've used it for PMs, and I've used it when I've had when I've set for a week and I needed some extra cash. But now I'm saving it for the tags fee. I think 22 or 2,300 come up. It's either March, April, or May, somewhere in that time of year, and just pay it all off. That's what I'm using my reserve account now for, which you can call it whatever you want, but it's called a reserve account, and it's money you can take whenever you want. You just call and say, hey, give me this much money off of that, and it's instant, so you don't need reasons to spend your money there. So anyway, we get back through it, and then she's like, I need a reference number. I'm like, huh? So I've had work done at Lowe's 3 different times, and no one's ever said anything about a reference number. Why are you making phone calls to Schneider Company? This is not a company truck. I'm an owner-operator. This is my truck, my lease truck. It's not a company truck. And she started saying, this is how we do it. I'm like, nobody else has ever asked me for this shit. Why are you being different? So this is the way we do it. I'm like, no, it's not. Nobody else has. I said, I showed her, look at my history. You already had me an account, and you see everywhere I've been. Nobody has asked me for what you're asking me for. And I was like, I understand you think, but I'm telling you, you're wrong because no one else has asked me for this. You ain't got to call Schneider Company because Schneider Company can't do shit for me. I'm not with Schneider. And she even tried calling and say, hey, it's 247. They won't even know 2477. They have no clue about none of that crap. You fucking Corvette, man, you so small. I can just easily run over your dumb ass. Just crossing over in front of me like I'm not even there. Lord have mercy. Let have mercy. And then you want to slow down. You're fucking great, aren't you? You rat stupid. Oh, it's an old white-haired woman. No fucking wonder. Or shut up. Anyhow, she has her manager come in. He's the one who pointed out the shock deal, saying, "Hey, it's under warranty. I'll go ahead and put them on for you, no problem." And then I'm huffing. I'm like, why the fuck is everybody doing this stupid shit all of a sudden? You know, no one's asked for this. I mean, what the hell is this? So we need a reference number to give you an accurate total. I'm like, I've already put the form submission for SFI in, and then they replied, and then it's like, how many steer tires you getting? I'm like, motherfucker, how many steer tires would I think that's just, when I requested $1,400, I would think, well, no, never mind, because I know one Goodyear steer is like $1,200 retail. So, anyhow, come to find out, the reason nobody else has ever asked me for that particular reference number is because when they get the email providing the PO number is what Pays loves. Also in the email is a thing called a reference number, which is the number that they need. So everything they need is in that email. So don't delay me from getting you the email when all the information is there. So after we got to the email comes through, and he's like, oh, that's the email we need. I was like, okay, let me just look and see if that's the same. I looked at past work orders from SFI, maintenance requests, and every one of them has that email. I was like, okay, so that's the number you needed. That's the number. That's why we're going round and round and round and round here, and nobody else has ever asked that. He's like, well, if they haven't asked it, they're in trouble. I'm like, well, listen, or just maybe they know that the information they're asking me for right now is in the email that you get from SFI. So maybe that's one step that they can deduct from their check-in process. Asking somebody for a reference number who's doing an SFI payment. Because the last guy said, I love SFI. He's like, I love doing SFI shit. So they send me the email, I just type in a couple numbers, boom, Bob's your uncle, I'm done. I was like, so, well, maybe this location in Gulfport, Mississippi, Speed Coast, the Lowe's, will adopt that too, knowing that SFI will have all that information in the email. You ain't got to aggravate the damn customer trying to get work done. But I was aggravated. They had that information in their email the whole time, but yet I had to get on the phone and call SFI maintenance, MMA, and listen to the damn elevator music for about 35 minutes before someone finally answered, which is why you put a form in, a request form, submission form. Submit a work request form. That's Jesus. So you ain't got to wait on that game on hold on hold while trying to call them. They had it in their email box the whole time. So I was aggravated. I was super, super aggravated. And I walked outside and I called my buddy. It's like, dude, I'm an asshole and I don't give a damn who knows it right now. Kind of went through the whole spiel with him. I had to vent a little bit, you know. The process is so stupidly difficult. There are simpler ways of doing things. More efficient ways of doing things. Yet these big-ass companies and corporations want to make everything so damn difficult. And I still don't know why the hell I can't think of a reason. I can't think of maybe a scam thing. Let's say I just say, hey, I'm getting work done on my truck. I'm using my discount for this guy. Let's say, I don't know, the job would have cost him $1,200. My discount would cost him $600. I'm like, just pay me $900. That way I pay $600 to that, and he saves money in my job. Maybe that's a reason. But honestly, 387 miles to go before we get to I-75 and what's that? Plant City, Lake City, whatever. Yeah, 387 miles. We're currently in Van Cleve, Mississippi. We ain't even got through. I think we already went through Biloxi, probably. Next place we go. Now I think the next big areas we go through is Mobile, Alabama, Pensacola, Florida, Tallahassee. We go south all the way to Tampa area. Hit I-4 and go in about just a few miles or so, and then we'll run into the. We'll get to Lakeland. I think. I don't know. I'm just going to drive to where the blue line takes me. Keep it simple, stupid. I got a T-shirt in my shop with half of it's my face, the other side says KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Here's a picture of it. Go grab one. Go grab yourself one if you support the KISS method. All right, I want to talk about shocks. Now, I've heard at 100,000 miles you should really start looking at your shocks, just so, because they tend to, just to wear out, right? Now, I will say this. I look at my shocks every day. I scan by them. I look at them, the fronts, the drives, and the sleeper shocks. I look at them all. Reason being is because, they say once you start seeing grease come out of them, it's time to change them. And I will say this too, I really, really look closer at the drives than I do the other ones. Because the drives are the ones that I was told, that's what I heard at one point, was the ones that kind of go out first and blah, blah, blah. That's just kind of stuck in my DNA, my brain. So I will say this, even though I check under the hood often, and I do take a glance at the shocks. I'm probably just not taking as good of a look. Damn it. Squeaky, 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 squeaky. This bridge ain't very smooth at all. Come up on a way station and it's closed. That was funny. Anyhow, I will say, yeah, that's probably 100% my fault for not noticing the shock. It was the passenger side shock.
All that time to get over, you gonna wait till I get over to get over, you fucking stupid ass nigga. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that. That's just stupid.
It don't even make no fucking sense. You got all the time in the world to do it, man. What the fuck is you doing? Hey, Blue, come, you can jump on my left side, dog. Fuck this nigga. This nigga's stupid as fuck.
Appreciate that. He even called me Blue. He know Blue when he's seen. He know Blue. But yeah, so I'm gonna take the rap for not knowing what to look for, because I'm thinking grease, thick stuff, grease, right? But no, it was like water, like oil coming out of that shock he showed me. I was like, huh. I probably would have dismissed that for just moisture. But I mean, I'm not a mechanic. I never really have been. I've done things in the past, which is why I know I don't like working on vehicles and all that crap, which is why I choose not to, or learn that field. But the more you learn, so those of you newer coming out, don't feel bad about it, because you don't know what you don't know, right? And experience costs you. You got to pay for experience. Now, fortunately, these shocks are under warranty. I don't know how the shocks are under warranty, but they are. I figured that would be one of those things that's not, but they were. So I put a picture up showing what they put on. What they got, Freightliner or Fleet Trust or something like that. So those are what Love's put on, and like I said, he paid for the delivery fee. He said, I ain't gonna worry about it. I won't charge you for that because it's under warranty. He said, I believe this is why your tires are, 2 sets of tires under 200,000 miles on the drives, on the steers. So he believes this. I'm like, well, now that I'm thinking, now you got me building a fight in my head. I was like, if the shocks were bad from to begin with and I didn't even know it, that's 2 sets of tires. I'm thinking I might want a refund. So maybe that's something to argue with Freightliner about. I don't know, but yeah, so newer people coming out, don't feel bad for not knowing. Don't feel like, oh man, I dropped the ball on that one. I was thinking I'm stuttering, that I would see like thick grease, not just like oil running down things. So I guess I just need to pay more attention. But after he showed me that, I definitely went back to my sleeper shocks and drive shocks to just double check, and I even felt them. Yeah, there's no moisture on those yet, but it's on me. If that thing was leaking, then I missed it through all my inspections, my pre-trips and all that. So it's good that he found it, because I got an annual inspection coming up with Mercer here by the end of the month. In the next 2 weeks, I gotta get it done. I was planning on doing it at Louisville. I'd rather do it at Mercer, because I know they'll find something. If something's wrong, they'll find it. And I would rather fix whatever's wrong to prevent anything worse from happening. So that's just my point of view. But I don't know if I'm going to get back to Louisville by the 30th or not. I would like to, because it's a project I've also been reached out to collab with, which just sounds really cool. But I don't know how that's going to work out yet either. Y'all know more about that if it happens. Yeah, maintenance on the truck is a big deal, and I'm just kind of kicking myself in the hind end for missing that one shock that was leaking, because I guess I kind of find out now I don't know what I was looking for. I didn't know what I was looking for, but now I do. And it's one of those things, once you learn and once you experience something, like I said, experience costs money, right? Money and time. Once you learn something new, that's going to be in your repertoire from that point forward. You're not going to not check shit like that no more. It's just experience. So don't feel bad if you miss something. It happens to everybody. That's all. We are 32 miles from Mobile, Alabama, and it's 3:54 in the PM. So maybe we'll get there just before the evening rush. We're at Dauphin Island right now, exit 4 in Grand Bay, Alabama. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. All right, we stopped at this Love's here in Defuniak Springs, Florida. Is that right? Defuniak Springs? Whatever. Yeah. Did you know McDonald's McRib is back? I didn't, but now that I know what time of year it is, yeah. I used to work at McDonald's a long time ago. I got one, so I haven't had one in a year. And fries. I have 6 hours, 419 miles to go. Trucker Pass says estimated 6 hours and 4 minutes. I have 5 hours and 59 minutes on my clock, on my drop clock. We're gonna knock that down. We're gonna make it. We're gonna arrive at Publix tonight about 1:30 a.m. Be like, surprise, I'm here. Let's get to getting. All right, we ain't stopped since we left back there, and I don't remember how much time we needed back then, but we are 120 miles away from delivery. And remember when I said Trucker Pass said I needed like 3 minutes more than my drive clock had, and I said, we'd make that up. Now, what the fuck was that? I saw nothing on the road, but I just heard a thump under my truck. What the hell was that? Well, there's 4 miles. We're going to pull over, unless we have to do it now, or fill my steering Steering feels fine. I don't hear any. Did that thump come over the microphone? I don't know. But it was on the passenger side. And it was just a quick thump. Thinking in my head, if it was a shock, I wouldn't be. So I'm thinking about the work I had done today, right? 2 shocks and 2 tires. Huh. Now I'm all quiet, like, what the hell? But anyway, like I said, I mean, I guess it could have been, maybe it was something when I was switching lanes I didn't notice in the middle of the road. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. My bad. Anyway, I was 3 minutes shy. My trucker pass said I needed 3 minutes more than my drive clock had. And I said I'd make it up. Anyway, now we got, we need an hour and 43 minutes to get there. We have an hour and 48. So we have a surplus of 5 minutes. So we made up like 8 minutes throughout this drive. I've been cruising, most of my cruise has been set 73, 74 this whole time. We gotta get there. 117 miles to go. There's 97 miles to go to I-4. Then we got 20 miles from there to get to the Publix in Lakeland. We'll keep on trucking, y'all. Oh, it's 11:44 in the PM. You know how when you have something that bugs you and it just keeps you awake at night? I mean, literally. I mean, it's a good thing that's what I got going on right now, because that's literally keeping me awake. And the one thing that's bugging the hell out of me is why the hell I could not use my Mercer discount without having Mercer pay for it for me. That is just, I can't think of a reason. And the scenario that I gave out earlier, you know, let's say the shop wants to charge somebody $1,200, and then I say, hey man, my discount will do it for $6, but you pay me $9, and I'll pay the shop, and I'll make $300, and you save $3. But that wouldn't work either, because everything's that wouldn't make sense either, because everything is directed back to a truck number and DOT numbers on the truck and identification and VIN numbers and all that shit. So I do not understand why it can't, once I'm verified, I mean, hell, I got a freaking Mercer badge. I got Mercer information all over the truck. Insurance says Mercer. I mean, once it's verified that I'm with Mercer, why not just have a little drop-down box, like say, for discount? Discount for Mercer. Boom. Bob's your fucking uncle. It's bugging me. It's bugging me. It's bugging me. My buddy was trying to come up with some scenarios of why the hell it's like that. I don't need you to pay for something for me. I got a maintenance account specifically for this reason. To pay for shit. I'm gonna make a phone call tomorrow. I'm gonna call somebody and just see why. Why? Or, and also, I wonder if there's a way. I don't think there is, because from what I was told before, SFI will only send PO number, payment numbers to shops. So I was thinking, I mean, and that's why I was like, yeah, it ain't gonna work, but maybe it's possible. I can't say 100% sure because I haven't asked. Maybe it's possible if I do that next time, have the payment come from SFI to Mercer instead of just out of my settlements and shit. I don't know what the solution is, but it's aggravating the piss out of me. Which is good tonight, because I needed to be aggravated. I need my brain to keep focusing and wandering and thinking and be awake and alert and all that good stuff. Right now we're 71 miles away from where we got to go. We should be there right around 1:25 in the AM. We need an hour and 3 minutes to get there, and we got an hour and 9. So now we got a 6-minute surplus. As long as nothing happens between here and there. And I did not stop to check on any damage of a thump, because I don't hear anything. I don't feel nothing in my steering. Nothing. No evidence driving that something is wrong. But I will check it when I get parked. I'll do a glance, and then in the morning when the daylight's up, I'll do a better look just to see if I see anything obvious. Yeah, man, that's still bugging the hell out of me. I'll make a phone call tomorrow and talk to somebody. But anywho, we're almost there. A little while longer. All right, here we are, getting off our exit. Exit 25. Get off here, we'll make a right. And I really hope I don't ever put myself in a position to where I have to do this shit again. 'Cause this sucks. It really does suck. I mean, there's advantages for driving a night shift. Not a whole lot of traffic on the road. You do run into some bunches from here and there, but that's just traffic. But I will say, even though there's nobody on the roads, big trucks and four-wheelers alike, y'all just can't help but to stay in the middle lane, no matter what. No matter what, you just stay in that middle lane, don't you? Y'all watch through any of my drive videos, my drive tashes. Yeah, I might be in the left lane, second, third, fourth lane sometimes. But what do I always do after I complete my maneuvering, my passing maneuvers? I get back in the right lane where we belong. And that's not even a trucking thing. It's a driving thing. You stay in the right lane. That's just, I don't know why that's not taught no more. Taco bus, huh? It's ridiculous. Hey, it's a truck stop. Yes, it is. Okay. It's not listed on Trucker Path. Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Taco Bell. Chiquita Taco Bell. I ain't had Taco Bell in a while. It's not necessarily a bad thing. We got 7 minutes left on our drive clock. I can't recall ever one time to where I've pushed this far in a day. And like I said, I hope I don't put myself into a position to where I have to do it ever again. Because we've done 734 miles today. Once we get here, 734 miles. That blows. That's. I don't think I'll ever beat that now. Not in one shift. I mean, I guess it's possible I could do it over a 24-hour period, but in one shift. 734 miles. That's hauling ass, y'all. That's booking. And what allowed me to do that was the night driving. There's nobody out here. So, I mean, I guess a nearly flawless day of driving had to happen for me to make this. And it did. So, thankful for that, I guess. Even after having taken, I guess that 3 hours probably saved me too. Otherwise, that 3 hours was middle of the afternoon. Otherwise, I'd have ran through some heavier traffic. Mobile was the heaviest traffic that I came across. Because I came through there right around 4:30, 4:40. But throughout the rest of the trip, it was fine. Not this light. I think this whole complex here is probably... No, not this one. It's the next one. That's an Amazon fulfillment right here on the left. Oh, they got a different style of, like, logo. It's like a red themed instead of the Amazon blue. I'm sure that's got some sort of significance to Amazon, but not to me. It's up here at the next light. I guess I'll make a left. Here. Yeah, it's all light. And that's another thing about nighttime is, yeah, I see the public sign. You can't really see. So you gotta just kind of figure it out. Roll my window down. And you know what? I was thinking too, the further south I get, the warmer it gets. Shit, it's 47 degrees. Little squeaky squeak. Sounds like a trailer squeaking. We have to get those checked. Alright, so I don't remember this. Car association, truck OTR to the right, okay. Labels are on the ground. So what happens here? I don't know. I don't know what's happens here. So stop at gate. Stop at first gate. This is the first gate, right? Right here. So what do? Do I go? First of all, I'm gonna go off duty since I'm here. I don't know what I guess I gotta walk over there. I don't remember this shack being here. But oh well, let me figure it out. Alright, so I don't remember that outer gate being there. The gate that I remember is this right here. Which said your appointment's not till 7. So at 7 o'clock, go in the door 902. I don't know if that's a dock door or just a man door to check in. But she said for now, park in this section. I have to look at the thing across from. Yeah, there's nobody manned here. Maybe this is just a day shift thing. I don't know. I do not know. So I got to park across from 603 to 615. Where's door 902? I'm just going to circle the lot real quick, find out where door 902 is, and see if it's a man door. Oh, I think that's probably that little building right there, right? Okay, so I'm supposed to park right here. Where's 902 though? I just want to make sure I know where 902 is. 902, low velocity shipping. Okay, this is right there on the daggone building. Alright, so we'll do a U-turn here right quick. Right beside you, Landstar. Why? Just because. Hard right here. Found my trailer spot, which is L4139. Hard right, hard right, hard right. Now let's start bringing her back around. Even out the space a little bit. There we go. I don't know about y'all. When y'all park, I like to have even space around both sides. I've said reasons why before, just to give anybody who might have to park on either side of me just that much more room not to hit me. this off. Bring you out of me. It is now 1:37. Personal conveyance no longer. We are now off duty. Save. Alright. Got a message that says I'm in violation. It'll say that until the second half of my break is done. That's what it'll say. So I'll leave that be for now. It's 1:37, 1:38. 7 o'clock, got to be over there. So I'm going to give me a few hours sleep. I'm not even going to touch this video. I hope I can get this done to where you can see it Thursday, which is what this video should be, a Thursday video. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll find out. But thanks for being here today, guys. Let's just do a final total here, because Wednesday just ended. So for Wednesday, we did a total of 645 miles. And now we gotta look on Thursday. So 645 plus 96. So it'd be 745 miles, 741 miles. Whew, that's a beast. 741 miles today, y'all. If you don't know, midnight's when the clock split here, so we just had to add them together. 741 miles, okay? Do what you have to do so you can do what you want to do, right? Anyway, let me get some sleep. I hope I'll get this video up as soon as I can. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate all the support. Thank you so much for everything. Have a good night. I'll see you on the next video.